Alright, it's actually been a fair bit since I played any Final Fantasy 15. Took a little bit of a break for the holidays, and in the meantime they actually released a few of the, the first of the few minor DLC packs that they plan to release with the game. A holiday pack, including a few items that basically just, fix some of the issues with the base game. Probably the most notable being an accessory called the Experience Band, which allows you to prevent your characters from gaining experience and thus leveling up, which actually makes a level 1 playthrough a possibility, which I might actually try after I beat the game, if I still end up feeling like playing it, because that would be interesting. Because given all the various recovery mechanics that are in the game, like just being able to spam items or Ignis's regroup, I could totally see a level 1 playthrough being very viable if you know what you're doing and can like plan in advance to maximize your advantage despite your low levels, so that would actually be one of the more interesting level 1 playthroughs you could do in an RPG potentially. But I'll see if I end up actually doing that. I actually have the Holiday Pack Plus, which I get for owning the Season Pass, so I get a few other items as well, such as these ones here, these turbochargers, accelerators, etc. that kind of change the way a few things work. For example, the Tech Turbocharger accelerates the tech bar replenishment rate, but prevents me from using the Armature bar at all. The Armature bar does the inverse, and I think there's a few others. I'm not going to use any of these just yet. I may apply them in the future. They're all accessories, so you can use them or not use them as you see fit, which is a good way of handling things. In fact, because of that, I might actually purchase some of the extra accessory slots for my boys here. But for now, let's just continue with the story. I get the feeling I'm probably going to lose Aranea pretty soon, and probably get Gladiolus back. But maybe she'll be sticking with us for a bit longer. That'd be cool.
Fresh air.
Congrats. That concludes your training. You've still got a hard path ahead. But don't let anyone tell you how to walk it.
You may have been hired under false pretenses, but your assistance was invaluable, all the same.
Tell me something I don't know. You can spare the pleasantries.
Take care walking your path, Aranea.
Oh, right. Thanks. I will. And I'll train you some more if our paths cross again. Oh, and before I forget, His Excellency instructed me to give you boys a ride back. If you need a lift, feel free to hop on.
Well, glad that's over with.
Noct, I have just received word from Cindy.
And?
We're to return to Lestalem. Her friend works as an engineer at the power plant. She'll take care of the Mithril.
Uh-huh. And that'll take care of our boat problem.
Once you're rested and ready, I suggest we hasten back to Lestalem. Make sure you're prepared.
Alright, so it looks like I can talk
Say
to...
goodbye to such a nice fishing spot. Want to see what's biting before we bolt?
Maybe I should do that. So it looks like I can talk to Ariana to get a lift back to Lestalem, but I don't think I'm going to do that just yet, because I did have at least one quest in the general area that I could do, and then one over here that I might be able to pick up, although I noticed that this blockade is still here. So that might not actually be an option, and the blockade over here seems to be back as well. Because if I recall, when I got past the blockade in this initial area over here, it just disappeared from the map entirely. It's no longer there. So that gives me free access from the first region of the game into this one, whatever it's called, I don't remember. Sky, I think. So I might not actually have permanent access to this area of the game just yet. So let me see what quest I had in this area, where it wanted me to go, because if it's in this apparently locked off region of the Vesper Pool, I'm going to want to do it now. Alright, so handily enough it was the first quest on the list, Cindy's quest. I believe that was the only one that I could do in this area. Correct. So let's actually get that out of the way before I do anything else. Thankfully it's reasonably close by, shouldn't take too long on Chocobo back. But I just noticed these Imperials here offering items. Might be worth stocking up on some stuff. Not any of these basic curatives, I have plenty of each of those kinds. But are there any other shops here? You look like you might be a weapon shop. And you might have upgrades for me. So let's see. Ice Brand compared to I don't actually have a sword equipped at the moment. It's a fairly expensive sword, but I think it's my first ice elemental weapon, so it's probably worth purchasing. Yeah, why not? I have enough gil that I can make extravagant purchases like that. The hard edge is something that Gladiolus already has, same with the ice spear for Ignis and the assassin daggers. The rebellion, however, is new. That is a significant upgrade. And when the shooter is in poor health, it can deliver critical strikes against the foe. It might actually, if I give that to Pompo, it might actually be worth removing the accessories that give him an HP boost. Get him into critical health longer to get that bonus, but that'd probably be a pain in the ass to deal with. He'd probably be going in danger all the time, so I'm probably not going to do that. I'm still going to purchase the gun though because it offers a huge attack increase. And this shield over here will probably be an upgrade for Gladiolus. Oh right, Gladiolus isn't with me so I can't really see. I forget what shield he had before. I think it was an ice shield, so both of these are new and probably worth purchasing. So again, because I have so much gil stored up, why not? As for accessories, this is a magic boost, which is probably worth using, but I don't really have the accessory slots to equip it at the moment. Then again, I may purchase some more in the future, so again, why not? It's only 1,000 gil. I'm really hoping I don't come across some like 20k gil item that I don't have enough for because of all these purchases I made. Alright, so let's see what Cindy's quest is about. If it's like one of her previous ones, it's probably going to be delving into some dungeon for whatever item it was that she wanted. The invisible walls in this game are really annoying at times. Oh my god, is my... Wow! Okay, so this is actually a fairly deep lake and my chocobo is swimming.
Indeed.
Huh. Presumably I wouldn't be able to cross here if I was just on my feet. So that's actually really cool.
Salvaged only to be discarded. Let's scour the area.
Okay, so it looks like it's actually a settlement that got wrecked by monsters. Since there's enemies to fight, let's dismount from Boko.
Thanks, buddy.
So what is it that I'm fighting? Oh, it's just a cockatrice and some chicatrices, whatever. I think there was a recipe requiring like chicatrice eggs or meat or something like that, so hopefully I'll pick that up from this fight. But as for the cockatrice, it's level 35, so it might actually put up something of a fight. I imagine I can probably ignore the chicatrices. So, weak to great swords and fire. Do I happen to have a fire spell on me at the moment? I do, and it's a tri-cast fire, so never mind about it being a challenge. Let's see how quickly this goes.
Stay alert!
Oh, well, that was a bit unnecessary, Boko, although, given how little damage that tri-cast fire did, I suppose it should come in handy, since I'm actually gonna have to fight the damn thing now. Yeah, let's use the Thunderbolt since it's weak to great swords. I don't think it was resistant to lightning or anything, was it? I could just check again, but I'm too lazy.
Nervous there. What gave it away?
Oh, okay, yep, the cockatrice was indeed trying to attack me from the air. I was curious what was prompting that block prompt there. Couldn't quite tell what was going on. There's also another bird that's not quite... That's not a chicatrice, is it? No, it's actually a bit more grown. What is that? It is a... Oh, it's a basilisk. I wonder if it can instantly stone my guys. I should probably take it out on the off chance that it can. It too is weak to fire, but The cockatrice is almost dead, and I can't imagine the basilisk taking all that long. I should be able to take them out without much issue, assuming of course that the camera doesn't screw with me. It's really hard to tell what's going on in a lot of instances because of A, the bad camera, and B, all the foliage about. That was not a terribly good design decision from like a battle standpoint, having all this basically visual noise in the way. And yeah, I noticed that Ignis is going down, but I'm hoping just to finish the outfight before he dies. I guess Prompto must have picked him up. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for picking up my slack. So yeah, it's just the basilisk left at this point. Maybe a Chickatrice over there. I think there might be another red dot on the map. Yep. But yeah, it only takes a few attacks. So yeah, not really a dangerous fight.
That's it!
What's what?
I've come up with a new recipe.
I've come up with a new recipe. Alright, so that one uses a basilisk breast and some sort of ice. It's interesting that a basilisk in this is a bird-type creature, because usually they tend to be lizard-like creatures. Wonder why they decided to go with bird for this. But yeah, despite being appropriately leveled for me, at least a bit more than most of the fights I've been doing, that one still went down like it was cake. Which is a bit unfortunate, but hey.
Oh yeah, this has gotta be it.
Well, let's head back and have Cindy get to work. Isn't Cindy the best? I mean, she searches high and low for all these rare parts for us to use.
Very gracious of her.
Man, she must really like us.
Less us and more the regalia.
So no dungeon this time, but that actually went pretty quickly, so it's probably for the best. I'll have to get this back to Cindy at some point. If I end up, oh, hello. Are you another basilisk? No, you're definitely a different model. I'm not sure what you are exactly. Let me dismount and just leave you. Oh, it's one of those Mushusus that I encountered before. I'm still not entirely sure what the hell they're supposed to be. I think they were weak to thunder and great swords, weren't they? Oh, even if they're not, they're dying pretty quickly. Might as well get a little bit of free experience from this fight. But yeah, if I actually end up meeting up with Cindy as part of this plot, I wonder if I'll be able to upgrade the regalia right then and there with her, or if I'll have to return to the Hammerhead. With Sid at least, I was able to just give him the upgrades, the weapons and the upgrade materials for them and do those quests when he was at Cape Kaim. So I'm hoping a similar situation will be true for Cindy. But you never know, the developers always could have overlooked that.
That's the end of that.
No muss, no fuss.
And try to pick up an item that's right here and that I should be able to easily pick up, but that the game wants to give me trouble with. A rare coin. Not sure if I've picked up that before.
You're headed to Lestalem, right? I'll take you there, but no further.
Got it.
So, ready to ship out?
Yes, ma'am.
You bet. Let's fly.
Hold on tight, boys.
Look at that!
A red ship.
I gotta say, that's a pretty cool ride. Oh, and that's the end of Chapter 7. Damn, am I progressing through the story quite quickly. It is rather, weird just how varying the chapter lengths are. Some are very long, some are like half an hour to an hour at the most. I mean, I guess it does, again, depend on how much of the side questing content you do during them. During a chapter like this, it's pretty much just pure story, so it's over quite quickly, whereas the earlier chapters had a lot of, that's an awful selfie prompto, had a lot of side content which fills up the majority of the time in the game. So as usual, I'll be saving all awful selfies of prompto. That's actually a pretty solid shot of Arani. In fact, it's probably like a fixed one that you automatically get, like just as from the developers. Most of the good photos, in fact, are of that kind. Like this one might be good if it was from a bit closer up, but it's just too far away to be worth anything really. Ooh, this might actually be a candid photo taken, given that she has her helmet on. And I actually kind of like it. It's at like a Dutch angle almost, and I'm not sure whether I'm looking, like if I think she's climbing upstairs and we're looking down at it, or is it the reverse? Like it's a very interesting angle, and it's actually kind of mind screwy, so I'm definitely gonna save this one. That's a nice one. Definitely gonna save one of fighting this huge beastie. That's a considerably more humdrum shot, not worth saving. Okay, I like this one of, I'm not sure if Noctis is trying to cover his face or if he was in the middle of striking a cool pose and Prompto just mistimed the shot by a few seconds. It's not worth saving, as much as I do like it. Okay, got some decent photos in this selection. Chapter 8, Seaworthy. With the help of Imperial Commodore Erenia Highwind, the makeshift miners hit pay dirt, only to learn raw ore won't suffice. Cindy refers them to Holly, an engineer in Lestalem who knows how to treat Mithril.
Rise and shine, Prince Charming, we're here. Sounds like a spot of trouble's popped up at the power plant. Wish I could help, but I'm powerless to do anything I'm not ordered to. I'll leave the keeping of the peace to you.
Of course.
We got this.
Good luck, boys.
Loving that outfit, Noct.
Why don't you wear one?
Well, that's the only one. And if anyone stands a fighting chance in there, it's you. Forget about fashion and go.
Are you gonna give me context for this game? You can't just give me a few hours later transition and then just like have me in an entirely new costume. Looks like some sort of hazmat suit. Like, I guess they kind of mentioned it already with there being trouble at the power plant, but it'd be nice to know what that trouble is
We'll be
exactly.
waiting at the entrance.
If any demons escape, we'll get them.
Okay, I guess it's being attacked by demons or something.
Testing. Do you read me? Just wanted to thank you for offering to clear out those demons. That'll give me time to treat this mithril for you. There's a hunter who went in right ahead of you. I imagine there are too many for one to handle. But 2 of you should be fine. And a little heads up, we're getting some unstable readings from the generators inside. Too much power and the whole place could blow, so be quick.
Will do.
So, you my backup?
I thought we were partners.
Anyway, place is crawling with demons.
Wait a sec. You sound familiar.
Save the talk. We got hunting to do. Now, if we're done with the introductions, follow me.
So as I mentioned before a few times, I have the audio a bit low so it doesn't bleed into my microphone too much, but even with as low as it's being, I'm like 90% sure that that's Gladio. Like, the game's not even trying to hide it. But yeah, this is a really weird setup. Like, it actually feels like a moment where they had to make a quick cut and where there was meant to be more content in order to get the game out on time. Like, just some sort of minor cutscene to actually see what the problem was from the outside, rather than just a few hours later transition like there was.
There they are. You ready to roll?
Alright, time to fight some goblins. Oh, and hey, Gakamako is an enemy's name that I'm still not entirely sure how to pronounce. Okay, yeah, it's fucking Gladiolus. He's using a greatsword. Come on, Noctis, don't be an idiot. This is the most obvious, like, reveal in the world. Did I get knocked down? I can't really tell what's going on because of A, the camera angle, and B, all the glowing molten metal.
Who's you got there? Reminds me of a certain king I know.
Fancy that. Not too shabby yourself. You make a good sparring partner.
Think so?
Oh, okay. I do think Noctis actually does realize that it's Gladio and he's just playing along.
We're detecting a major power surge. She's gonna abort the mission and get out of there.
Hey, big guy!
I'm on it.
Yeah, okay, that's clearly what the game's going with, considering that even mechanically it's a huge spoiler that I get the Dawn Hammer technique, and presumably Gladiolus's other techniques. I actually kind of like that. For a second there was like, oh come on game, this is so obvious, but no, that's actually the intention. So I gotta kill every demon fairly quickly. This shouldn't be too difficult. I guess it depends on how many spawn in. For the chaff here, I'll just repeatedly warp strike them. That seems to be the most efficient way to take them out. Although they die in pretty much one hit to anything. It'd be nice if the enemies were a bit stronger to start with, so this wasn't just like cleaning house. I guess occasionally I'll get a somewhat more resilient Gakamakura, but even they're not all that threatening. Like, I don't even care that I'm being hit a bunch because they don't do all that much damage at this point. I don't really have a reason to try and avoid them. You still have a fair amount of HP left. Let's use Dawn Hammer. Should be able to finish you off. Close enough. I forget, are you actually... Let me use weight mode to see what you're resistant to. You're resistant to thunder or great swords. I should switch out my weapon. Oh, yep. Neutral to great swords, but resistant to thunder, so, let's use spears. That'd probably take, less time to take you down if I use something more effective.
Think so.
Nice job. It didn't disappoint.
When have I ever?
Keep it up.
Will do. Now, let's scram.
I'm still kind of mystified as to the decision of keeping Gladiolus's identity a giant air quotes secret. Because, like, okay, with the dialogue that Gladiolus and Noctis are having, it's like they're not even trying to hide it, so I don't get what's the point. Is this like a joke to them? Is this something that they do, that they've done in the past? Like, it's really confusing. I'm not entirely sure what the game or the characters are going for here.
Great work in there! As promised, here's your mithril. And, thank you for your hard work.
Sure.
Hey, big guy!
So the hunter who went on ahead...
The one and only. How you been, fellas?
Not bad. Whoa, someone did a number on you, though.
You should see the other guy. Anyway, I'm back. And better than ever.
Knocked? Gladdy? I can't believe it!
Hey, thanks for looking after her, Dustin.
So, Gladdy, did you apologize to Noct for storming off like that?
He made it up to me in there.
The power plant? Oh, so you got your hands on some mithril. In that case, I'll go deliver it to Sid. You'll probably want to freshen up first anyway. Come and meet me in Kayam when you're ready.
The other guy, by the way, that Gladiolus was referring to is someone that I know of thanks to her doing a little bit of reading. The main reason why I decided to purchase the season pass was because it gets me all of the various side episodes, and I read that Gladiolus's DLC involves Gilgamesh. You know, the guy from Final Fantasy V who's made cameo appearances in a lot of other Final Fantasy games since at the end of that game he ends up basically lost in an interdimensional rift. So that's basically the explanation as to why he shows up in all the games. He's just constantly traveling through the various game worlds in search of rare weapons. I really hope at the very least in the DLC that it is that actual Gilgamesh, and not some variant that's just a reference to him. But I suppose I'll see when that DLC actually gets released.
Not every day you see a stellar stone like that. Nice find.
You'll probably want to freshen up first anyway. Come and meet me in Kayam when you're ready.
I also find that quest name a bit amusing just because it's also the name of a Final Fantasy VI ROM hack called Brave New World. That's actually pretty good. It's a difficulty balancer mod that just changes like a lot of the balance and mechanics of that game and makes it a lot more fun to play. I still need to work my way through that. I get around halfway and then stopped. So I guess at this point, if I head to Cape Kime...
Yeah, the car got roomier.
Smartass.
If I head to Cape Kime and progress the story, presumably that will be an actual somewhat significant point of no return. Like, I imagine at that point I would be locked into some serious story content for a while. So I should probably, especially since the blockades are now removed, take the time to actually complete all the side quests in this region of the game. All the various ones at Lestalem that I've been ignoring or have partially done the side quest chains there, and any others that have happened to have popped up in the meantime, although... Actually, no, yeah, there are a few. There's one over there, probably some by Golden Key and stuff, so yeah. Get ready for another whole bout of a lot of side quest content. But let's start things off by actually returning to the Hammerhead and getting the Regalia upgraded. because I'm really curious as to see what that upgrade will do. The previous ones have been pretty nice to have, so hopefully this new one will be as well. Okay, whew. For a second there, I was about to say, okay, one flaw in my plan is that Cindy might not actually be back at the Hammerhead due to the story events, but thankfully she actually is. She took a bit to pop in there, I think, either that or I just didn't notice her. Whew.
How'd it go? Did y'all find it?
Yeah, somehow.
That's swell. I already checked with Pawpaw. We can install that baby whenever you like. Can't wait to soup her up and get her running. I bet y'all are really gonna feel a difference. Just give me a holler when you're ready to go.
Alright, so presumably I'll have to install that like I did the previous upgrade, so let's actually customize the Regalia while I'm at it, since it's been a while since I've done that, if I can actually get the prompt to do so. I'd rather do that before accepting the quest, but it doesn't seem that Cindy is gonna want to let me.
Hey, Prince, got a little favor.
Sure.
I was hoping to fix the old girl up with a new set of eyes. You know, headlight bulbs.
Go for it.
Might not sound like much, but believe you me, these babies will brighten up your road trip. Would have been nice if they were mass-produced. Crown City made's hard to come by. Ain't barely none left out here.
And they won't be making any more.
I didn't mean to bring up a sore subject. All I mean is it's a shame there ain't more around. 'Cause they really are gonna change the way you drive. I ain't gonna lie, going to fetch them will be a bit of a hassle. But I swear, you and your car will be better off with them. The old girl's designed to keep y'all safe. And these lights will help her keep you even safer. Do it for me?
You got it.
And I actually know that that's true for a fact. That is the one upgrade that I've read other people talking about, because what it does is prevent you from being ambushed by demons while on the road while driving at night. So if ever I actually have to drive somewhere and I can't just use the fast travel option, those headlights will protect me, so you better believe I'm gonna be doing this quest. But first, let's get the Regalia upgraded.
Ain't you a lucky one? I've got just the thing. What are y'all after today?
I guess the servicing the Regalia option is for if it gets damaged, but I don't think the Regalia for me is damaged at all. It just has a bit of dirt on it, which presumably giving it a new coat of paint will fix. Like apparently you can actually get the Regalia into crashes somehow, I guess with other cars or something, and that's when you need to repair it. But I really don't see how that would ever occur to you unless you like did it on purpose.
What coat do you fancy?
So let's see, do I have any new body colors is the question. Got black mica, I think that's one I had before. Yeah, I don't have the materials for most of these apparently, which is unfortunate. I think deep sea blue is new? Oh yep, I haven't seen that before and that looks quite nice. Okay, it didn't actually fix all the various damages, so I'm probably gonna need to service the Regalia for it to be all nice and shiny again. So let's change the interior to something else as well. Let's change it to a nice walnut brown, I like that.
How do you want the wheels?
And as for the wheels, let's go... let's go with a nice light purple. Actually, no, I changed my mind, that doesn't look all that good. Silver goes with pretty much anything, so let's just go with that. I'm not gonna do too much with the decals, just because I don't really care enough. Changing the primary color is enough for me, honestly. The main thing I want to do is install that supercharger. This boosts the engine's horsepower, increasing the top speed to 60 miles per hour. Wait, so I have to get the supercharger to make it go 60 miles per hour. What was its top speed before that? The Regalia is such a shitty car, oh my god. Okay.
How's this? Y'all just sit tight now.
Oh nope, there we go, it's nice and shiny now.
She's
nice.
all ready for you. Have a look.
Alright, got a fresh set of wheels. Time to do some side questing.